Well, the top side streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone when they're coming in hot. We got a Lake Show stand and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball.
Yes, sir. We are back. Welcome back to the Morning Marketplace. It is good to be here. Shout out to actually Jeb Bush for doing a couple of shows, Greg and Dustin for doing a couple of shows, Tandy and Judge doing a couple of shows in the morning. Good to see everyone churning out some sweet, sweet content while I was downing spicy margaritas for 8 straight days. But as you can tell from our Twitter presence yesterday, I missed it. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. We got a lot of stuff to talk about, but more importantly, let's get the same vibes going. We need to see who's here. Fenny's here. Fenny was here early, 7:31 a.m. Eastern time. He's like, we are back. We are back. Jump Shoot's here. Steven's here. Tea Times. The Chunksta. Mac Attack. Jay's here, Devlar, Tandy in the streets, David, F it, Nico, John Jones is right. This is a really big show. Borland, good to see you. Garen, Philip, DJ Local, Vince is here. Brent is here. Sven, Dustin, Eric Fernandez, and the New York Knicks. Breakneck TV. Who else? Sanitize. Ricardo's back. Sean's here. Who else? Brady. Milo goes to college. Nine's here. Sean. Who else? Top Shot Common Man. JJL Smith. Philip Thomas. Ransom Reed, Jericho up in here, New Swami, Pat Drip in the house, Doc's here, Sydney Cove, Carlo, the Raddest Daddest, Daniel Lopez, Rabbit's here, Zach's here, Jonathan, Chico's here, David Ramos, the Mr. All-Star, Milo goes to college, I already got Rabbit, Yachty, Big Tickets here. Design Mind, JT, there's so many people. Josh Harvey back for the financial advice. And listen, shout out Josh Harvey. He won the Moment ranks last week. So you did get some financial advice, sir. TJ's here. Raindrop, Hot, Andre, Dick Chuck, 69ers. Wow, what a name. What a name. Deanne, Brian Foster. Who else? Joshua is here. Artemis is here. Andor, B More, Trent, Miklo, like Boob. Who else? We the People, Bagged Wine, Doug, Patrick's here. Yeah, we full tan mode. All right, what's up, everybody? We caught up. Let's get a little coffee sip in here. Orion, I see you. Clap Shot, Jim Hub. We get a lot to talk about, guys. Today's going to be a fun show. Yeah, hi, Farmer, says David. Juice Battles is here. Yeah, check out Farmer Carl on Twitter. We had some fun with that. Shout out to Kelsey for doing some filming while we were on vacation, and Greg for whipping that together so fast. Fun stuff, guys. But listen, I mean, I'm assuming everybody was on Twitter last night, even if you didn't watch the Oscars. I need like a platform to talk about that. It was hard to go to sleep. I had like my emotions were running. I had like adrenaline kicked up, and we just got to talk about Will Smith slapping the shit out of Chris Rock, right? Like, I feel like we have to spend some time on this. Stan Love says we missed the carry, said no one ever. Yeah, you know who didn't say that either? The Miami Heat, who are no longer in first place, Stan, which we'll get to. Remember, let's just do this before we talk about Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Stan, do you remember? I was like, Celtics probably going to finish third in the East, and then 3 weeks into the season, you were very hard, right? Like super hard. You're like, "Where's your Celtics team now?" First place in the East, sir. First place in the East. All right, So let's get back to the slap. Will Smith. Fernandez says I watched that like 50 times. How much for the Will Smith slap moment? Oh, we're already NFTing it. Need the slap hollow. Okay, I've got so many thoughts. I've got so many thoughts on this. But I still haven't like fully processed. That was crazy. I do think that's like up there with some, and I haven't taken in any other like too much content about this right now. So this is like almost unfiltered thoughts so far. I don't know if I've seen anything crazier like live on live TV. Like I'm trying to think of the craziest thing I've ever seen on live TV. David, you're absolutely right. Before we do need Will Smith. Absolutely. We need one of our mental health checks. And because, I feel like the one we have to start with is this one. I'm sorry this didn't come with a hand job. I just don't think it's included in the airdrops. That's stylistically, that's tough to include that in an airdrop. Orion's saying that's number 2 to Kanye interrupting Taylor. This was way crazier than that. I mean, that was up there. That was probably number 1. Also Kanye being like George Bush doesn't like black people, with like Mike Myers standing there. That was pretty crazy. Remember when they announced when La La Land was announced, or I forget who was it that won the Moonlight actually won it, but they announced La La Land. Like that was pretty crazy. Jan Jackson, that was up there too as well. The Pistons versus Pacers fight, that's a really good one too, Beamer. That's a really good one too. Here's the thing though. I've got like, so I think about a lot of times where I get like a little mouthy sometimes. Somebody might say something and then I like chirp back a little bit. And I can only imagine, because I think this is getting lost in the conversation. I think if somebody said something to Kelsey or about Kelsey and I mouthed back off, I think she'd be frustrated with me in that moment. It'd almost would like to heighten the embarrassment. Does anyone, and I don't, she's like getting ready right now, so maybe she can tell me I'm wrong if she overheard that, but I'm pretty sure that's how that would go. Has anybody asked Jada, like, hey, were you pumped Will slapped Chris? Like, I can't imagine that's how that went down. Like, I just feel like everybody lost in that, except for the fact that everyone is now like, wow, Chris Rock can really get slapped in the face. I mean, he did take it. He didn't rub it. He didn't rub it at all. Did you notice that? I bet he wanted to. I bet he wanted to rub his face. It reminds me of like getting hit by a pitch in baseball, and they were like, don't rub it. That had to be up there. That had to be up there. I don't know. That was absolutely nuts. And I know the people were saying you think that was fake. Dude, that was not. I promise you that was not a bit. That was not a bit. But man, that was just such a crazy scene. Also, guys, okay, if Chris Rock knew about the alopecia thing, that's a bad joke, right? That's a bad joke. Is it a slap-worthy joke? Absolutely not. Is it a fight at the Oscars kind of joke? No, it's just like a bad joke. And I'm gonna go one step further. Even if he didn't know, that's a joke you come up with in like 3rd grade, right? That's like a lunchroom joke where you see someone with short hair and you're like, all right, G.I. Jane, right? That's not a good joke. That's something that a 7-year-old, a 9-year-old will come up with. But like comedians tell bad jokes sometimes. Like that's what happens. It was just a bad joke. So I just, the whole thing was so crazy. It was so crazy. So I don't know. What is the chat saying here? Just a bad joke all around. Yeah. Your mic, it's too far. You guys can't hear me right now. Is that true? 3rd grade, 20 years ago. How do we know Chris Rock wrote that joke? Top Shot Tesla, I promise you, no one wrote that joke for Chris Rock. No one wrote that joke for Chris Rock. Username Boob telling me he thought it was a 10 out of 10 joke. That checks out. That's what we call on brand for Boob. Is there a good joke to be made though? I mean, that like, yeah, there's plenty of jokes they could have made. How come why we could have gone down the whole like the Red Talk table. That was like, you could go there and fire away. I think but that was kind of that was nuts. That was nuts how quickly that escalated. It just makes me think like I hope Will's okay. That's those when you see things like that. Also to double down on it on his speech, talking about Richard Williams, like how he was protecting his family, almost he justified slapping someone out of love. That's crazy talk. That's like after a dad beats his son and was like, I hate that you made me do this. What? What? The justification was crazy. The double down. Oh man. What if he made a joke about her entanglement? Yeah, exactly. That's like public stuff. They have a whole show on that. Man, that was crazy. It really was. I couldn't believe it. Also how was P Diddy the first one, or just Diddy? Does he just go by Diddy? How was Diddy the first one to talk about that? Could we not get Wanda Sykes out there? Could we not get Amy Schumer out there, Regina Hall? Can we get one of them out there to address that? I would have. Man, those are like moments that you dream of as a comedian. I guess maybe you don't because you're afraid you're going to get hit. It's just so interesting. The whole thing was so bizarre. It bummed me out. It bummed me out only because he apologized to everyone other than Chris too. I mean, I'm like, I don't know. It was crazy, crazy town. There's also something too, and I'm a little hesitant to even go down this road, and then I promise we'll talk about basketball. I feel like when also like the sun's moving around, my light's going crazy right now. I feel like when you reach a certain status, you kind of just get made fun of. Like that's the price of being a multimillionaire, right? Like that's the price of sitting in the front row waiting to get rewarded for a movie performance. That's just like part of it, you know? I was, and not to say, big ticket. I wildly disagree. I thought they crushed last night. Amy Schumer's monologue last night was really, and I'm not even an Amy Schumer fan. Her monologue was awesome last night. And then when she came out and addressed the room after, I thought she was really, really funny. So I disagree with this one on big ticket. I thought Schumer crushed it last night. But like, part of like when you guys, even in the chat, right? Like just part of having some sort of presence, you just get made fun of. Like you guys rip on me all the time. And like some of you aren't very funny, and I'm comfortable telling you that. Some of your jokes suck. But part of this role is to be like, to make you feel special, like you're included in the group, right? That's just part of the game. And I just think that's, I thought that was, I think you just kind of get it. We all got to get better at being made fun of. Again, I'm not justifying an alopecia joke if that's like something that they're dealing with, right? Like you need to be better than that. But like, guys, we just got to get better at being made fun of, right? That's true. No, Brian Foster, you're right. This is a good point. Yeah, you, not your wife, though. Sure. That's a good point. But still, you can't. I feel like you can't get beat them up, though. Yeah, this is the craziest part. The two A-list celebrities. I don't think we're ever going to see Boob again. Boob. This is my favorite Boob. I've learned so much about you in like the last 4 minutes. So much about you. Yeah, this is good pushback here. Good pushback. You're right. They wasn't making fun of Will. I'm telling you though, I promise you, Jada was not like thrilled about that. Anyways, all right. I think did we cover it? 15 minutes off of that? Did we do a good job? Any other takes left uncovered? I do though. I mean, I know that can't be like the public sentiment because that's how you get canceled. But I do think we all got to get better at being made fun of. I think and I'm not saying bullying. I'm not going down the bullying route. But this is what happens, guys. You're famous. You're famous. This is when you're famous. You're sitting in the front row at the Oscars and there's comedians up there. You're gonna get made fun of. That's what happens. All right, let's talk about what we missed. What did I miss, guys? The second I got on a plane, Roham came out. We've learned that collector score matters. I don't know. I feel like that was the only real takeaway. I know we all got jacked up and juiced for everything, but I think that was like what the information that we actually got was just collector score. And I truly was like, on Twitter on vacation and stuff. But what was the initial sentiment? What was like the true excitement, right? Like what was the biggest takeaway that you had from that spaces that got you all jacked up and excited and ready to go? Because I was kind of curious. I think we were all very excited. Also, thank you, brother Fabs. Thank you, brother Engagement Farm. What's up, Nerd Bird in the house? Wait, okay. So Tyvis says, and then I promise. He said, if someone said something about my wife, it's my duty to stick. So it's your duty to do violence. What if your significant other doesn't want violence? Doesn't that just like make the whole thing worse? I don't know. Anyways, let's keep going. So yeah, what were the things that we base sets for 9-pack? Yeah, so the base set packs for 9 with the rares and legendaries included. Even though it's like a 0.0000009% chance, still pretty cool, right? The collector score, but especially that historical sets aren't bottlenecks. So yeah, like those kind of go in order. I mean, go together, right? Do you think I got a question. If our accounts didn't immediately pump, do you think we would still be as excited? Or like did the excitement come first and then the bag pumps was just what ended up being like a residual effect? Or are we excited because the bags pumped? Because I was thinking about it. I mean, the collector score thing was really good. I like that. I like that they're going to remove historical sets. I like that it seemed like they listened to some of the feedback, or at least like went back to it. Hold on, people. What did Matthew Harrison say? Yeah, this is a good take. Will should have taken the mic and demanded an apology if that was important, not him. Yeah. Roham saying commons will be commons, will no longer be the thing, and the more focus on current users was good. There you go. I was excited that Top Shot KOLs were excited. All right, so Tyvez, listen, dude. Congratulations. You understand the psyche of Will and Jada better than I do, so I won't argue with you anymore. Are you one of the partners? Are you one of the ones in there? All right. It seems like most people were excited first. That's good. I like that. Yeah, it seems like sentiment in general was positive. Man, we got to figure out the sun situation today. Yeah, it seems like sentiment was positive for the most part. Let's take a look before we get into like the real hoops of it all. Let's go take a look at just the market in general over the last week, right? Let's look at I just want to see like what moved the most and why. All right, here we go. Let me catch up on the comments too. Royman says moving to a reward system more based on the market spend is something that I think we need. Okay. Which is interesting, right? Because most of the time we say like Top Shot needs to be accessible to everyone, not just the people with the biggest bags. So it's interesting to move back towards that. But that's good. I like that people think that. They put firm timelines on a couple of things being done before finals, but need to see more things acted upon instead of another spaces with more promise. Yeah, and I don't want to be Mr. Fudd, right? I don't want to be Mr. Fudd. I'm not. I'm super excited. Obviously, here I am. I'm back. I couldn't wait to do content. I don't know. There's a lot more. I'm still waiting to see like when new people, right? So like we're still, even though everything pumped up quite a bit over the last couple of days, just kind of pumped up between us, right? Like we were just all buying from each other. So I am excited. I'm excited to see what that's going to look like as we get closer. Again, not trying to be Mr. Fudd, but when new people, you know what I mean? When new people. All right, let's go back. Can you guys feel the rust on me right now? I feel rusty. We need to loosen up. We need a video. Let's do a big ticket flip because I know some people were out there flipping some stuff over the weekend.
We are from the city and on the heads. Big step, gonna flip
All right, all right. The sun still sucks, but we are back. One of the things I did notice, I saw Artemis say Top Shot market numbers were terrible this week, according to Live Token. So one of the good things was I did notice there was like 450 new users or something like that, which was double what we were a little bit. But yeah, let's keep going. Deep Thread says, Mike, I'm on board with your sentiment, holding back excitement until we see some proof to be excited for. Yeah, again, and I think like we can see, I think there's still like, this is all good stuff. This is all good stuff, but this was like, oh man, again, I hate that I'm going down this route. This wasn't the plan. This wasn't the plan, but we're excited that they did the thing they said they were going to do from the beginning, right? We're excited that they're not taking away collector score when like right? So like we're excited that they didn't rug collector score. That's where our excitement comes from right now. Which I just think is interesting, right? I think that's interesting that's where the excitement came. Like, thank you so much for doing the like for not doing the thing you weren't supposed to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I know there was more to it. But it seems like the biggest thing we're excited about is that collector score is still going to be a thing, because the actions that they were taking, it made us believe that collector score was no longer going to be a thing. And then they come out and then they're like, you know what, guys, we're not going to take away the thing that we told you was the most important part about collecting. And then we're like, yay, Top Shot is saved. And I just think that's so funny. I think that's so funny. Like, the next thing they should do is be like, hey, actually, we're going to eliminate Series 1. And then we're all going to be furious. And then they're going to set up a spaces and they're going to be like, just kidding, Series 1 stays. And then we're like, Series 1 to the moon. Oh, man. But anyways, I know there were more announcements than that. I know, like, there was still, right, the no more 60Ks. I think that's great. The scarcity in rookies, I think that's great. I just, that the collector score thing really cracked me up. And again, I was happy about it. I think it's good. I bought some Denver Nuggets stuff over the week. It really was so funny to me that the biggest bone that we chewed on was like, thank God they didn't screw us. Oh. Anyways, there we go. Ooh, Brent, I can't tell if are you trying to make a fun joke? Royman says, I'm excited because they finally realized they need to focus on the people here more than focusing on new users. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's look at the marketplace. Shout out Own the Moment, officially sponsor of all things Team Hold. We're also going to shout out Floyo too, which I know we had our man J Webb on last Friday last Friday to talk about Floyo and talk about all the cool. I mean, the extension browser was so cool. We're going to do a little bit more on that this week. They're also doing a giveaway right now that I dropped in the Discord, which I'll share a little bit later and in the show notes. But something to keep in mind. All right, let's look at this. I just want to look at the sets first, and then we can talk about the jaw challenge. We can go over all the things that happened while I was gone. But let's see what's going on here. So let's look at the 7-day forecast. Or I guess wouldn't be the forecast, it'd be like the past cast. Here we go. So game recognized game had a big bump, and that came from speculation that Klay Thompson, right? That was all the Klay Thompson spec. Right. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, there we go. What are we thinking about the Klay leak? Yeah, so the NBA All-Star Classics is up. The MGLE Series 3 is up. That's up because of the current challenge, right? Less to do. Like, that's the thing, right? So the MGLEs, the rares, and the throwdowns are probably up a little bit more because of the current jaw challenge. Metallic Silver Phantom Edition, this pump, that Scotty Barnes moment, just absolutely to the moon, right? We got Rim Shakers is up a little bit. So Fresh for the win. Hustle and Shows up. The Cosmic, that's up a little, whatever. The All-Star Series 3 rare, well, we know that one's up because of the challenge, right? The James Harden one's actually absolutely cooking. MGLEs in general are up a little bit. So for the most part, everything's kind of up. And then we get down here, Series 1 rookies, conference semifinals, Eastern Conference Finals, Hollow with the strip, Hollow early adopters, rookie debuts. So some of the more expensive stuff are down over the course of the week. But there you go. I don't know. I I think it's pretty good. I think it's pretty good that we're seeing some of this. Yeah, Top Shot Testa said game recognized game also inflated currently because of the rookie challenge wildcard requirement. Yep, that's right. So there you go. I mean, I don't know. TSDs. What about the TSDs? What are we talking about, Real Red Dad? But let's see. Let's see where Series 1 is. Series 1 and the base set series, or how are they doing right now? Hold on. Let's see. Let's see. Where are they? Okay, so base set Series 1 down 2% over the course of the week, which that's kind of interesting. I mean, I guess we're more than a week. Oh, we get a bandy setting. More than a week past the spaces, so that's part of it. Oh my God, we need another video so I can address the window over here in a second. STDs are the new TSDs. There you go. All right, hold on. Let's do a little bit of what do we need here? Let's PJ Washington for old time's sake.
PJ Washington. PJ Washington. PJ Washington.
All right, here we go. Let's go look at base set Series 1. Let's look at base set Series 1 since that's my favorite to look at. The market cap being around 55,000. But let's take a look at the moments one by one. Also, speaking of on the moment, TJ's coming on the show Wednesday. I think we're about to get a site redesign this week, so get excited for that. So here we go. We've got LeBron's down a little bit. Ja is up 12. Wow, Ja's up to 35.80. Interesting. LeBron is at 31.99, and then we drop down to Steph again here at 25.80. So most of them are down. Luka's down 12%. Zion's down. Now, Zion is interesting because they basically were like, we're shutting him down. Jokic is down 6%. So mostly down outside of a handful. The Trae Young being down to 345, just disrespectful. But mostly down for the Top Shot debuts, you know? I don't know. I could really do. Yeah, well, maybe we'll get it. We'll sneak a Dort report in there. This is the flunk stip. Are you kidding? Is that real, Jump Shoot? Are we saying that's real? Anyways, I don't know. I'm excited to see what's coming. I'm super excited about the playoffs. This can like transition into some basketball talk, but the hoops were great this week. I don't know. John Jackson had a fun thread about like how he hopes Top Shot addresses the playoffs. I'm just excited. I'm excited. Basketball's been good lately. I'm ready to just be done with the tanking. I'm ready to get the tanking out so we can focus on the good basketball. But we saw the Suns beat the Sixers last night, which is pretty exciting. But let's actually take a look before we get into the challenges and stuff. I just kind of wanted to take a look at the standings to see what happened while I was gone. And the bracket's shaping up nicely. I mean, there was a big win for the Hornets last night. But here we go. Look at this, right? We get the Celtics in here, in first place. We get the Heat in second place. I mean, same record, but they have is it a better conference record? No, they get the same conference record. Is it head to head? Is that what separates the two of them right now? Now the Heat still have an easier schedule on the rest of the way out, but man, the Celtics have just been smoking people. Just absolutely smoking people. The defense is incredible. Like I was watching last night, Jason Tatum just bodying Karl-Anthony Towns. Like Karl-Anthony Towns had a really hot first quarter and then just kind of went away for the rest of the game. Like Robert Williams was stuffing him. Grant Williams was covering him. And Cat's great. Cat is great. I mean, he looked so dominant in that first quarter. And then they just like stopped. They just stopped him. And that's the thing that makes the Celtics team so exciting. I think one of the things I'm nervous about is they're just peaking a little bit too early. But man, they are just straight up beating teams by 20 over and over and over again. It's insane. But to see how tight this race is, and you know what's so funny? There's a lot of jockeying going on, right? Because they're like, oh, you don't want to get the 2 seed and then have to play the Nets in the first round. Well, let me tell you something. Then you might be playing the Nets if you're the 1 seed now. And Toronto sneaking out of the play-in game right now pretty comfortably, a full game ahead of the Cavs. I think is pretty big news, because one of the things I was concerned about is if you had the Raptors in the 7 seed playing the Nets in the 8 seed in the first round, even though Kyrie can play in New York, which shout out New York for pulling its head out of its ass with that rule. The fact that went on as long as it did made absolutely no sense. That's not an anti-vax take. That's just like a common sense take. Like, for him to be able to go in and watch the game for opposing teams that come in and have their players be able to play, it made no sense. So thank you. So one thing the city government's done right in a while. But the Nets still can't play in Toronto, so that's going to be interesting. But right now, I still think the Nets catch the Hornets, but I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't. And if that's the case, you're now looking at a 1 seed playing most likely, I don't know, most likely Atlanta or Charlotte. I don't know. It's going to be fascinating, though. It's going to be fascinating. Let me catch up on the chat. Talk about my Pelicans. I will, Joseph. Don't you worry. Let's see what else. Common sense, Mike. You love to see it. Raptors have decently tough schedule, but 8 out of 10 at home. Yeah, that's good for them. OG Anunoby's back for Toronto. Toronto should be fine. But this is going to be fascinating. At first I wanted the Celtics to avoid the Nets at all costs, and I don't want to give you some blasphemous takes right now, but guys, if I'm the Celtics, I'm not even scared of Brooklyn right now. I'm not. I don't think they're scary. You know what? And to prove that, I sold my Kyrie Top Shot debut this week. I wanted some dapper, and I was like, I'm not scared of the Nets anymore. And I know they beat the piss out of the Heat this week, and I'm not overreacting to one game, but man, I'm out. I'm out on Brooklyn. I don't think they have enough. Like, we're really trusting Kyrie and KD to stay healthy that whole time. Dude, I'm out on Brooklyn, man. I'm out on Brooklyn. Now, if they get matched up against the Heat, I do think they could take. I think it's going to be a tough series. I mean, obviously, I'd rather play Cleveland, Charlotte, or Atlanta than Brooklyn. Obviously, Brooklyn's the tougher draw for that first round team. But if I'm the Celtics, I'm not scared. I'm not scared of it. If I'm the Bucks, I'm not scared of it. The Sixers, I actually think are ass. I'm not worried about the Sixers either. I'm not. Harden looks bad, y'all. Harden looks bad. I don't know if anybody watched that game last night, but he looks out of shape again. Like, he can't get by anybody. And I'm with Brian. Give me a Bucks Celtics conference finals. But I think home court's going to matter. I do think home court's going to matter. You were counting out Simmons playing with the Nets in the playoffs. I am. Listen, I got 2 teams, homies. I got the Denver in the West, Boston in the East. All right. I'm back on the bandwagon. I don't care. You guys can't shame me. You can't shame me into liking the Celtics again. People really tried to compare Embiid and Harden to Shaq and Kobe. That was wild. Wild. But yeah, I'm out on that. And I'm excited to talk about let's talk about the West. Let's move to the West, and then we'll get back into it. But the Suns 61-14. The Suns are 61-14. The Grizzlies are at 52-23. They just keep winning without Ja. I think they're 17 or 18-2 without Ja playing. I'm not here for any take, though, that's like, are the Grizzlies actually better off with Ja? Should you trade Ja right now? I'm not here for any of those takes. They're not better without Ja. But man, we love it. The Warriors are just barely hanging on to the 3rd seed. Wouldn't even be surprised if the Mavericks catch them with the way that the Warriors are playing without Steph. They lost to the Wizards last night, which was just gross. The Jazz suck. I just love the Jazz sucking. I'm here for it. I hate it. I hate them. Denver's right there, a game back behind the Jazz. The Timberwolves have been playing well. I know they got smoked last night, but they've been playing well. And then you get the Clippers with the rumors that PG is like getting loose and funky. Kawhi getting loose and funky. That's interesting. And then the Pelicans. All right, we're gonna talk about Pelicans Lakers last night. Lakers up 20 early. Everybody's like, that's a wrap. We're out. And then they just come roaring back. The Pelicans come roaring back and take it. I want to see right now. So if you look at this, the Spurs are a game back. The Spurs are a game back. I know we did this before I left. Let's look at the Lakers' remaining schedule here. It's tough to predict schedules because everybody's resting people. But so March 28th, right? So we've got Lakers, Dallas tomorrow, L. Lakers, Utah the next 2 days later, L. We're going to get back-to-back TNT smoke shows against the Lakers. You get the Pelicans, Lakers, so the Pelicans fighting for their playoffs lives. I'm 0-3. Nuggets 0-4. Phoenix, Warriors, they'll get a win. OKC, they'll get a win. And then the last game, which to be determined, which is wild. Is that a makeup game? Right there against Denver. So depending on seeding, who knows? But they maybe have 2 wins left, right? They maybe have 2 wins left. Let's go back over to the Spurs now. And the Spurs, who I thought were tanking after they lost by 150 to the Pelicans last week, but then turned around and beat the Pelicans. So let's look at their schedule. They've got Houston, which should be a W because Houston also wants to keep losing. You then have the Grizzlies, which that's an L. Portland 2 times. So we're now looking at 3-1, 3-2, 3-3. They've got, so the Golden State game's interesting right here. I don't know. I mean, I think the Spurs have more wins than the Lakers. Let's go back to the standings for a second. Just because it's going to be funny if the Lakers full on miss the playoffs and then pack rip. If I'm pack rip Ewing, who's not, there's no way he's watching this, but if I am pack rip, I am getting ready to take a W flag and I'm going to run it through the state of Florida because he lives there now. He called it. He called it like in the offseason. He said the Lakers are going to miss the playoffs. This would be insane if that's the case. But just incredible stuff here. So when we go back to the standings of the Western Conference, I'm going to say the Spurs catch the Lakers. I'm just going to say it. I'm going to say it. We're going to go full DeJounte Murray. We're going to get playoff DeJounte. That would give us Spurs Pels in the first round for the play-in, and then Timberwolves Clippers. I'm going to say the Timberwolves get out. I'm going to say the Timberwolves are your 7 seed, and then it's going to be Clippers versus Pels. And I'm going to get frisky. I'm going to say the Pelicans win that game. And so then you'd get Suns, Pelicans, Suns in 4. You'd get Grizzlies, Timberwolves. I would say Grizzlies in 5. I'm going to say the 3. I hope it's Dallas, Utah in the first round because I think Dallas, Utah would be a fun series. And then I would take Dallas in 4. And then Warriors and Nuggets. I would take Nuggets in 6. Unless Steph is completely healthy, then I would take Nuggets in 7, baby. No, that's not true. If Steph's healthy, I'm taking the Warriors. But man, that's going to be a fun ass playoffs. I'm very excited. Trading what Sean says, trading Kuz, KCP trades backfired. Yeah, I mean, the Russ fit's been bad. You know, AD. The thing is, like, blaming Vogel. I know, like, that's the fun thing to do is blame Vogel. What was Frank going to do here? Like, what were the moves you were going to make as the coach? Was Frank the one that said, hey, let's trade all our entire depth for Russell Westbrook, who has been the worst player on the team this year? Sorry, we the people. I know we're no Russ slander for 8 days. But seriously, what was Frank Vogel going to do in this situation? How do you coach that team differently? Like, tell me what happens. Tell me what do you do differently? You're missing Anthony Davis for this whole time. You've got LeBron going for 40 a game. They're rolling Avery Bradley out there. Avery Bradley's playing real minutes. Wayne Gabriel playing big minutes I think he played like 30 minutes last night. What are they gonna do? You know, Frank Vogel. Yeah, and I agree with you. You said not blaming. That's just happening. Yeah. No, I agree. He's probably gone, and he's probably like, hell yeah, get me out of here. One of the other things I wanted to talk about because I saw there was some buzz. There was some buzz about Devin Booker for MVP, and I want to say 2 things. He's not winning MVP. Devin Booker is not the MVP of the league. He's going to come in 4th or 5th in voting, and I think that's exactly where he belongs. Secondly, none of you remember this because we do too much content, and I'm too lazy to go back to clip it. But the first show we did after the All-Star break when they announced that Chris Paul was going to be out for 6 to 8 weeks, I said, if the Suns continue to cook, get ready for every podcast to be like, is Devin Booker the MVP? And bang, there it is. There it is. Just like we said it was going to happen. So he's still not. Don't get it twisted. I know we're excited because the Suns keep winning and you're like, they're the best team in the league. They have to have someone in the conversation. Sure, he can finish fourth. But what the Joker, what Giannis, and what even Embiid, but Embiid's now slipping a little bit. To take those three out of they're having historic seasons. What they are doing right now is something we haven't seen in the history of the league. And it's just wild that three of them are happening simultaneously. So there we go. Yeah. There we go, Limbs. There we go. Luka for MVP. That's true too. Like, Luka's numbers are insane right now. If I had to, if my votes, and I know you guys, I know you're not going to like this, but I'm a Jokic stan. I just think Jokic is playing with G League players right now. All right. And Giannis is playing with Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday. It's not to take away what they're doing. My MVP is going Joker, Giannis, Embiid, Luka, Booker. Those are my top five right there. Because even you look at like the Mavs roster too. How the hell are they winning as many games as they are? Are we still talking about the podium after Jokic? The podium? What am I missing, David? What are we missing? Oh, I see what you're saying. Tatum above. No, it can't be Tatum. The same thing. It can't be Tatum. Tatum's been great. You guys know that. I love Tatum. Tatum's been incredible. But no, he's not ahead of, you put him ahead of Booker? He's not ahead of Booker. But yeah, that's how I'm running it down right there. Embiid playing with G League players like Danny Green until Harden arrived. No, Seth Curry was pretty freaking good. This year. He's like the best 3-point shooter in the league. I get what you're saying. But I would still say what Jokic is doing. The best thing about Giannis and Jokic is their consistency. I mean, Embiid too. Embiid's putting up like 30 and 15 every single night. I think if the Nuggets stay in the 4 to 6 range, if they stay in the 4 to 6 range, Jokic is the MVP. If the Wolves catch the Nuggets and the Nuggets have to play in the play-in game, I don't think he gets it. I think it goes to Giannis. But I think look at the records too, right? So the Nuggets in the 6 seed, 44 and 31. The Bucks in the 3 seed, 46 and 28. I mean, then their numbers are insane. Their numbers are just so good. Yeah, it was just so good. I love it. It's been exciting. Kevin says Zach Lowe is campaigning for Jokic as much as Mike is. I know. I just love it. I love it. Listen, I don't have the Giannis Top Shot debut. I was going to say I'm not pumping my bags because I have them all, but I don't have the Giannis one. But this has been one of my favorite NBA seasons to follow. It's been a lot of fun, especially now with the Celtics coming in hot. I'm just really excited for the playoffs. I think it's going to be great. All right, let's look at the challenge. Now that I geeked out on hoops a little bit. Let's look at the jaw challenge. I punted on it. I was like, I don't have a shot at this one. We had a fun run at this. There's a lot of interesting theories, right? So we've got the throwdowns happening right now. So we've got the Russell Westbrook throwdown. Let's start right there. I made a couple of speculative buys that I am now eating hard because I was pretty sure this crafting challenge, which we'll talk about a little bit more with John Morant, I thought it was going to include the jaw throwdown. I no longer think that. DJ Local says the 76ers finish first. Does that matter for Embiid? I do. I think that'll matter. I just don't think they will. I think they're going to end up finishing third or fourth. I don't know. People saying Tatum actually listen, guys, I love Tatum. I just don't think there's a shot in hell he's in the MVP conference. Maybe he finishes 5th or 6th, but Brent asked about best ball. I'll go pull that up in a second, but I just want to say I have been screwed by tanking. So SGA hasn't played in like 3 months. Ja Morant stopped playing. Embiid sat a game. I've just been absolutely boned by my best ball. So I'm sitting at like 44th and like 50th or something like that. And it was absolutely brutal. And I am furious about it. after like day one, I was sitting in like third or something, and I was like printing money, and now I'm not going to. But our man Brian Ballwell, who I think came in like second and fourth last year in this big shot. He's in like fourth and 20th, I think he said, or fourth and something like that. So he's got a real shot. So we're going to excited to sweat that. And I should actually say, there's a new underdog playoff structure. And I'm going to talk more about that later in this week, but there's a new best ball tournament for the playoffs. And Friday's happy hour is going to be dedicated to that. So we're just going to do a bunch of drafts. And if you haven't signed up for underdog, we have a promo code HOLD, which again, we'll talk about it more later in the week. We don't have to stress about it now. But they have a $10 best ball tournament with $30K up top. And I think that's going to be really exciting. So I'm excited to jump on that. All right, let's go back to the challenges. So the Russ Westbrook's going to cost you $1K right now. You need the Luka throwdown, which seems to be the bottleneck. Also brutal because I believe that's included. We'll look at it a little bit. I think that's in another challenge right now, right, for the job. So you get the Luka, DeMar, Jalen, De'Aaron Fox, Wiggs, Caruso, Naz Reid. And then you need a Westbrook rare. And then the cheapest Series 1, Series 2 Lakers dunk is 73. So there you go. And we've got this. How many have completed this? 0. There's been 0 completed. This needs to be updated, I believe. This needs to be updated. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, let's go look at the cheat code here. This is for the job. So 0. Awesome. I know that's not true. I think we're up around 400 right now or something like that. But let's look at the veteran first. So this is for the Jaw MSFE. This is terrible that it's not showing us how many completions. So I'm excited for the new look website that's coming at us this week. But here we go. This one costs how much? $1,100. The Harden rare is the one that we're seeing to be the bottleneck at 490. Then you got LaMelo. You need a Cade Rising Star. We've got Jokic in here. You needed a Butler rare. Scotty Barnes, you needed a Davion Mitchell, and then here we go. I got to tell you, my favorite thing about this challenge right now, my favorite thing about the new structure of these challenges, look at how many fucking moments you need. I love that. I am here for all of that. Brian's saying that Ja is at like 1K, I believe. Yeah, I was thinking 900 plus the cheat code. So yeah, probably looking at 1K. I'm excited. I'm going to be honest. Depending on what this, at 1,000 MSFEs, let's actually look at the MSFE set because I wanted to see something. And I don't want to, tip my hand yet, but I'm going to show you. I think I'm going to be trying to scoop a couple of these in the marketplace because here's the deal. Do we think the MSFE is going to be included in crafting? I can't take full credit for that. John Jackson was the one who put me on that. There we go. For crafting. That's what I'm thinking. Is that going to be included in it? I don't know. I'm excited. I love this crafting thing. I know Greg's been talking about it for decades. I'm excited that it's come to the platform. I'm here for it. So let's see. Let's look at how many moments are, let's look by, not by circulate. Let's look by this circulation. Here we go. So let's look. Oh God, show me them all, baby. Let's get down to 1,000-ish and let's see what the price point is for those around 1,000. So, Luka's at 399. That's out of 768. LeBron is at 337. That's out of 900. So, all right, theoretically, this moment should be somewhere around $300, $350, right? Because it's although I don't know, you compare it to LeBron and LeBron's sitting at 330, right? So I don't know, maybe because there's some ideas that it's going to be involved in crafting. So let's say it's at 400. I don't know. I love this shit. I love that it's speculative. I love that there's a little bit of a gamble in it, like, because we have no idea what this is going to look like. I'm excited. I'm excited to go after it. But listen, if Sanitize is out here saying, I guess that's the general consensus as of now, if that's true, then maybe it's going to be higher. Maybe it gets up to like 500. I don't know. My mindset is if this stays sub 400, I'm going to get a couple. I think that's the plan. I don't know how many people in the chat have completed. You don't have to tell me if you didn't complete it, but if you did complete the challenge, how many of you went after it? Tom says, I don't see them burning other than oversupplied Series 2 throwdown. So Tom, that is what I thought initially, but I don't think they want Wi-Fi down bad. Hold on, I just want to see how bad this is. Oh, we're okay. We're alive. I don't think they want this moment to be at a min count of like 1,000. Do you know what I mean? They need to have something that's going to keep this scarce, right? Because Series 3 throwdowns are out of 888, right? When China. They're out of 888. Series 2 were out of 1,800. I don't think they want this. I don't think they want the challenge to be out of like 1,000 or something like that. I don't think they want this job throwdown. I think they want this to matter. I think they want this. It's the first time they're doing a crafting thing. I know I saw some chatter on Twitter being like, it's the first time they're doing crafting. They want to make sure it's accessible to everyone. I disagree. I don't think they want to do that. I think they want this to be exciting. And I swear to God, if everybody gets on Twitter when this is announced and they're like, oh, once again, the rich get richer. Who is this crafting for? It's only for the 4 whales on top. No, shut up. This is exciting. This is cool that they're doing something new. I love that. And it should be hard. It should be fucking hard. So I'm really hoping, this is going to be tough. But I don't think, don't you think you will need the Russ and Embiid throwdown rewards as part of the Ja challenge? Maybe that. I think that's interesting. Joy Ryder says, what's crafting? Sorry, I didn't do my homework. Crafting is basically, it's like completing a challenge, right? Like, you know how you need to have 10 moments to complete said challenge? Well, instead, those 10 moments, you like almost trade those in to get the reward. So I love it. There's just so much game theory behind that. So much game theory. How do we define a top shot whale? That's true. It's all relative. 20 moments there. Yeah, no, I'm here for it. They set the parameters. They were like, if player does this, they're in the challenge. I love that. I think I would enjoy it a little bit more if it was a 1 game sample size versus like 3 days of games, or a 1 night sample size, excuse me. But I don't know. I'm excited to learn what's going to happen. Just again, more ways to interact with the platform. We love that. You know what we haven't done yet? Let's $100 for me to complete the job. Yeah, I think you go for it, Eric. If you only need to spend 100, I think it's going to be for at least $300 for that. I think it's going to be at least $300 for it. Let's do a moment ranks lineup build. Let's do that real quick. And if there's anything else we haven't talked about in my time away, let me know. I want to make sure we cover everything. And before we build the lineup, hey, here's what's coming up this week, okay? My man, the 89 Cavs are back tonight at 8 p.m. after what feels like a month off. 8 p.m. Eastern, we are back tonight. The 89 Cavs are here. The Morning Marketplace, Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. We already talked about that. Friday, we've got the happy hour show. I'm also very excited. I can't officially announce what it's going to be yet, but we've got a new show that's actually not even going to be on the Team Hold platform. A new show is coming up that I'm going to be a part of. That is exciting, and I hope people are going to dig it. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So get ready for me to pump the shit out of it, and you're going to just be forced to go watch me for 1 more hour. But I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So get excited. And what else am I missing? The Top Shot takes should be back this week. I've got kind of a crazy in real life schedule. A lot of hashtag comedy coming at you. So I need to be, I don't know where the hell I'm going to be. Someone asked wheel tonight. Durant, MGLE 3 is a wild card after that sweat. Yeah, I don't know if they're doing a wheel. Are they doing the wheel? Did they announce that? Are they doing it every Monday? Mike joining Tandy and Judge will be called the Three Stooges. Listen, Tandy, I love you, man. I think you're great. If you want to do a morning show that follows us, I love it. I'm here for it. Here's what you come up with your own hook and come up with a new co-host. I think if you do those 2 things, I'd love to pump the show after. TST was teasing a new show last week, possible team up. That wasn't even the show I was plugging, but yeah, that's also, so I got 2 shows coming at you. You're absolutely right. Yeah, Tandy, I know Stan's just trying to stir the pot a little bit. I thought it was funny. What I thought was funny is they waited till I was on vacation to do it. Grow some cojones. Do that show while I'm live, baby. Do it while I'm live. Come up with your own hook. You can't just recap the games. I was here for it though. I really do love Tandy. Tandy needs more viewers. More people should be watching Tandy. I love the stuff that he's doing. That was one of our best morning marketplaces. I think was when he came on. I loved that conversation. So everybody should go follow Tandy, and that's the only person I'm plugging today. All right, let's do. Yeah, you know what? We haven't done that drop in a while, Brian Foster. You're absolutely right. Where is it? I'm also better than everyone else. How about that? Come at me. Mm-hmm. Come at me. I also want to Top Shot Tony wanted me to apologize to the people. He rugged everybody. We were supposed to have a spaces last night. We just weren't here for it. We needed a break. We weren't ready. We weren't ready to go full Tandy, full Tony. Heat Speed says, since the NBA does so much for Top Shot, I wonder if the NBA gets some profit from Top Shot and how much. Yeah, they do. They get a cut. 5% of every. I believe the Players Association gets that. Gets that cut. J Webb, shout out J Webb. Fresh off the happy hour, says, who's down worse, Will Smith or the BAYC? I'm not going to go find that video because I don't have it handy. Guys, that was so uncomfortable. There was a weird ass proposal. One of the best replies in it was like, is this a Fiverr for proposals? And I thought that was very funny. That was a great joke. But yeah, we love it. All right, let's build that moment ranks lineup. Tell me what else. Feel free to fire some stuff in the chat if I missed anything else. We were running hot in moment ranks for a little bit, and then it slowed down. So I'm just going to tell you right now, I know the Nuggets have gotten a little bit better against bigs, but last night, the Hornets got a little bit better against bigs. Last night, the Hornets made Andre Drummond look like he was back on the Pistons, just like, honestly, it was vintage Andre Drummond because it was big stats on a bad team, on a losing team. So whatever Jokic you have, lock it in. Let's look at what we get. And unless he sits, because it's not a back-to-back. He'll be playing. Needs 2 blocks. I hate that it's 2 blocks, but I'm still going to play the block because if he gets 4, it goes nuts. But he's going to dominate. Actually, what is his assists at? Assists are down to 8. Like I could see him getting, and his 3-pointer, he only needs 1. All right, the 3-pointer is what we're playing here. He only needs 1. Trae Young against the Pacers. My only concern here with this game. Yeah, great Christian Joyrider. I'm going with the 3. The Trae Young is interesting here because the Pacers have just been losing by so much. And if this game gets out of hand, that's a bummer. Trae Young here, he needs 11 assists. That's a lot of assists. I'd probably just go for the 3s because he's been jacking 3. His attempts the last couple of weeks have been huge. So if we're playing a Trae, I'm just going to put the 3 in there. Let's keep looking. DeJounte Murray against Houston should absolutely feast. He needs 3 steals. That's too many. What does he need for... Man, I think I'm still playing the 3-pointer. I don't know. I'm going to throw the steal in there anyways, but although I guess he could put up like 30 points and then maybe you go for the dunk. Tatum's questionable. You guys want a little alpha tonight? So Al Horford's missing this game for personal reasons. Robert Williams didn't travel with the team to Toronto. Grant Williams and Daniel Tice are going to get a lot of run tonight. And so let's look at Grant Williams real quick. He's got a base hit series 2 common 3-pointer. He needs to hit 1 for the bonus. Grant Williams is going to play like 30 minutes tonight. He is going to chuck some shots. Grant Williams I'm playing him. We the people saying if Tatum sits, they're going to rest their guys. If that's true, Jaylen Brown, absolutely. But Grant Williams is a gosh darn lock for me, okay? I'm even going to look at Daniel Tice too. And I don't I'm not locking Daniel Tice in, but Daniel Tice is going to play a bunch of minutes. Daniel Tice can put up stats. So he needs 6 points to hit the bonus. He needs 1 3. I'm not really interested in that. Does Daniel Tice have any steals or blocks on Top Shot? Let's go over there real quick. But truly, Daniel Tice and Grant Williams are going to play a shit ton of minutes. Also, Peyton Pritchard has been just chucking threes too. Grant Williams said, shout out to Grant Williams for killing my DK lineup. Let me show you a little something after this. Hold on. What am I looking up, Tice? What moments does Tice have? Greg's got them all. We've got a dunk, a block. Interesting. All right. So his Top Shot debut is a block. I don't want to spend 47. Oh, no, he's got a $25 one too. Interesting. I might be buying this. Interesting. Yeah, Jalen may sit too. If they do rest everyone and just the only reason I think they might not rest everyone is they got the 1 seed. I can see them wanting to keep things going. All right, let's look at something here. I want to show you guys little something. Hold on. Where are you at? I played some F1 DK yesterday. That was a lot of fun. Where's my NBA slate? Here we go. Why can't I pull this up here? Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm sorry. This is me just trying to take some victory laps here, but here we go. Ba-boom. Last night, facts that you can win money with Grant Williams getting 13. We had CP3 up there that dropped 50. Anthony Edwards with 41. Jaylen Brown, 49. Draymond Green sucked real bad, but it's a 26. Robert Williams. LaMelo. And let me just tell you about a pivot. This is DK at its finest. Some late game pivots. So originally, we had Terry Rozier in the guard spot. And in the utility spot. Who the hell was there? Somebody on the Lakers, maybe? Was it Wayne Gabriel? And we pivoted from Gabriel to our man Hernan Gomez once they announced Rudy Gobert was out. And he was like fine, but it allowed us to get up to LaMelo. This happened at 7:25. We made this switch. And then we printed, baby. It was good to see. So to tell you what, we out there completing sets now. That's what we're doing. All right, last thing I wanted to do before, so with the excitement right now in the marketplace, what are you guys buying? This is the last question I want to talk about. What are people buying right now? Are people buying anything? Oh, here we go. DJ Local. I would like to not spend $25. Hit me up. There you go, Fenny. There you go. Yeah, I do think. I mean, listen, that's not guaranteed print, but if Grant Williams is going to play 30 minutes, he was like one of the best he had one of the best 3-point percentages from the corner. He was like 60% from the corner. Yeah, Jordan Poole's a pretty good call too, with no Draymond, no Clay, no Curry. Yeah, the only thing I could see, I actually would rather go Moody here or Kuminga here, because I think in a blowout, those are the guys that are going to get the run. And this team with no Draymond, no Clay, no Curry makes me a little bit nervous. Thomas says buy stocks and companies creating high temperature superconductors. All right. Derek White. Yeah, Derek White's probably in play. Derek White's in play. You're finishing non-historical team sets. There you go. I'm buying playoff moments, as many as I can. Royman, that's actually what I'm doing right now, too. Waiting on the Westie throwdown to get undercut on the market and released. Yeah, let's talk about NFL all day just for a second. I'm not going to go too deep into it just because I haven't been super paying attention to it. They announced historical sets are coming. Pass. And here's why. I shouldn't say pass. I'm sure I will line up. I don't know. We still don't know what they're doing with weeks 1 through 12. We still haven't really gotten any sort of information about what the hell they're doing. Why is that? Why are we getting historical sets already? And I don't know. Maybe it is part of the plan. They just haven't shared that yet. Maybe that's part of the new all-day week that we're supposed to get, where it's like announcements, excitement, all days here. I don't know. Tom asked how many Brady's do I have? I only have one now because I flipped some to go buy some Top Shot stuff. Yeah, Orion, I'll absolutely be lining up. I will be lining up. I just am like a little concerned. I'm a little concerned as to what's going on here. I still feel like we haven't. I feel like we still haven't gotten any sort of like address. The 250 a pack is just crazy. And I know they like pumped. Yeah, I know they pumped the Brett Favre. Again, I said this to Pack Rip Mahomans, the other Pack Rip, tweeted something about like how he's an NBA Top Shot stan, but that NFL all day. Once they gamify the fantasy, that's where it's gonna really take off. And my take on that, we've already talked about, but is similar to my take on this historical set, right? Because I feel like a Brett Favre historical moment is almost geared to an audience that's not super into NFTs, right? Like, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong here. But I still haven't, I don't know. For me, that's not the thing. I don't know. That's not the thing that does it for me. And Brett Favre was in my win. I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't know who that's for. But I'm happy to be wrong. So please let me know in the chat if you're like, I'm actually jacked up for a Brett Favre moment. I don't know. I'm still going to line up because I'm a sicko, but I just don't know. People that wear Wrangell jeans don't buy NFTs. Yeah. The Packers started fractional ownership before crypto. Honestly, you guys want to talk about scams? That's the biggest scam that's out there. We the people retracted because what I meant is people like classic players, but the timing got you. Do you mean people from Wisconsin? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, like right. So for whatever reason, Randy Moss does it for me that Brett Favre doesn't. I don't know. We know you're out of NFL for now. Brett Favre isn't the only historical dude. No, but he's like the poster boy. That's what I'm saying. He was in like that's the tweet that went out. That was the announcement that went out, was a photo of Brett Favre. I know he's not the only one. I'm just saying, if that is the one that you're showcasing, I just don't know who it's for. Grant Williams block or 3-point. I'm going 3-point there. I'm not out. I swear to God, I'm not out on NFL all day. I just think the rollout has been less than ideal, is what I'd say. Yeah. What's the historical drop? Yeah, I don't know. I'd rather plug in my N64 and play the quarterback club. Dude, my favorite, maybe that's what I'm thinking of. I used to play the Eagles back then, to play Randall Cunningham. And I remember this. I remember playing the game, and there was like an attribute of Randall speed and mobility. And when I used to scramble with Randall Cunningham, I think it was quarterback club, I used to be like, speed and mobility, Randall. I used to do that as a kid playing the game. Wow, what a throwback to quarterback club. Boomer alert. NFL Blitz was wild. What about UFC? Getting any airdrops? No, I sold all my UFC moments. I thought I said this on stream, but yeah, I sold all my UFC moments because it felt like after the $500 marketplace spend happened, I thought it was going to absolutely go to the bottom, which it did. And now I'm actually interested in buying some stuff. I saw the Conor McGregor's doing really well. So anyone who packed that or bought that initially, I know Dustin bought one, I think for like 400. But yeah, I thought that was good. Michael Vick. Yeah. It's funny. They were like, do we pick the dick pic guy or the dog fighting guy? And they went dick pic. So. Oh, good times. All right, guys, we're going to wrap there. A reminder, the 89 Cavs is back tonight at 8 o'clock. I got to say, guys, I missed you. It's good to be back. I was telling Kelsey on the ride home, I'm excited to get back to work. It feels good to be back. I'm excited for you guys to learn about the announcement that we got coming up. Hopefully this week. Hopefully we're going to have an announcement like today or tomorrow about it. But I think people are going to be excited. I know I am. It's just going to be a fun addition to what we're already doing. 89 Cavs, 8 o'clock morning marketplace, Monday through Friday. Stan asked, how much Spanish did you learn in Mexico? I honestly, this was the most embarrassing, like, American energy that I had, is that I just don't, I took French in school. I don't have very good Spanish and I hated it. I felt like such a dummy, but I was able to say uno mas every time those spicy marks kept coming at me. But yeah, good to be back. Excited to see what this week's going to hold. Hopefully we get a fun little wheelie challenge tonight, so we can get Abby and Matt back in the streets. If you're not in the Discord, join the Discord. We gave away John Collins' Top Shot debut yesterday just because of how much I missed everybody. We will see you tonight at 8 o'clock. The 89 Cavs are back. We out.
Well, the top shot streets are a dangerous place, so you better tune in to a credible face like this one. Yeah, this one. And you know he's not alone, and they're coming in hot. We got a Lake so Stan and a guy who really likes baseball. I don't know why he likes baseball. We got legs and a guy in a bear suit. We're making money up YouTube clips, big ticket flips. We got potential to grow. AFC's in the NBA. What else can I say? You gotta get in the know. Even Washington's inside game. Live talking flag. Why are you selling so low? Those Canadian bacon and friends. Fun never ends. Come on and get on the show. Deep hole, deep hole, deep hole, deep hole.
People are freaking out enough. Why not? Lose my mind. What is happening?
This is not financial advice.
Surprise!